Hey Zeph, this is Mrs. Skoglund. Just wanted to give you a little feedback on your summer assignment. So we're mostly going to be talking about Chapter 1 since that was the question you starred, but I'll kind of reference some other things throughout your project as we talk through the video as well. So the first thing that I'm looking for in a strong body paragraph, which is what this format is a good topic sentence, and we want that to be your first sentence that really answers the question and provides a preview of what's coming in the paragraph. I thought you did a nice job with this stuff because you don't go into too much detail, right? Because that's going to come later, but you do at least answer the question and you tell us like the right is this, the left is this. So good job there. Next, I actually look at the end of your paragraph at your concluding sentence because that should also tie sort of back to the question and kind of wrap everything up. I do think you had concluding sentences, Zeph, but notice that this one in particular, and I noticed a few of your others, is like pretty repetitive with that first sentence. So I would like to see you maybe rephrase that a little bit or try to get maybe the significance or importance of the topic in there, and I think that would make the conclusion feel a little more substantial. All right, next I looked at evidence. I think you did a nice job selecting evidence. Like this one you have what the left is and then kind of an analogy of what each half is. So that allowed you to kind of develop the paragraph, which is good. You're also doing a good job of what we call embedding, or like how you're integrating your evidence. So this one says, left hemisphere is good at serial events, which are events whose elements occur, blah, blah, blah. And that reads really nicely, right? Like even with the quotes, it flows right together, and that's exactly what we want. The only reason I didn't give you a 10, Zeph, is just because, and this is a minor thing, but right here at the end, we don't need the ... or the ellipsis if you're already just taking a chunk and you're having it flow together initially, okay, because we already know it's just like a chunk of the quote. And I think I noticed in another paragraph, yeah, like this one, you didn't uncapitalize even though this one is in the middle of a sentence, so just kind of some minor details you'd want to go back and fix. All right, on commentary, you had some great moments of commentary, Zeph. Like I especially like this one where you actually gave an example, like in Connect the Dots. I thought that was great and really showed that you understood how the left was more about serial events and the right was more about the big picture. That was really awesome. And I would encourage you to do that in more of your commentary. So like this piece wasn't as good because it sort of just like paraphrased what the quote had already said. There wasn't like an additional example or explanation. All right, finally I looked at citations and conventions. Citations looked perfect, so that was great. And then conventions, I just noticed some minor things like this others is like missing an apostrophe, just kind of some little things like that that you'd want to go back and clean up. All right, on your R-directed activities, I thought you did a good job there. And I enjoyed reading about this TED Talk. There were a couple of people who I think watched this one. But it sounded really interesting, and like the author, or the speaker rather, definitely used story in an effective way to make it interesting. So anyway, just wanted to give you a little feedback.